Hello everyone, welcome to Management Study. This is after around 7 days we are meeting on this platform, and we have completed around many subjects on this platform. We started with marketing management, then we see consumer behavior, then we see advertising, and now we are going to see competitive marketing. Okay, these are all the subtopics of marketing, and in which you have to study the different aspects of marketing. Like marketing is not defined just like four piece or limited to four piece. It is more than that. So consumer behavior is there, advertising is there, of course, competitive marketing is there, market research is there, and many more topics. Okay, so in this subject of competitive marketing, what we are going to do is we are going to understand what is competitive marketing and why this subject is exist at first place. And for reference and readings, you can refer the syllabus of Faculty of Management Study, Delhi University, because I have taken the syllabus of FMS Delhi, and these are all the sub-subject of elective group of marketing. Means those students who have choose MBA with specialization in marketing, they have to study all this subject. And apart from that, if you are preparing for any competitive exam which includes marketing as a subject, then of course these videos are also helpful for you as well. And if you are preparing for NET, then this is compulsory to watch my videos. Okay, let's just start this chapter of competitive marketing. First, we are going to see the definition. Like competition in economics and business refers to the rivalry among firms to attract customers, increase sales, and achieve market dominance. It drives efficiency, innovation, and customer trends. Okay, so competitive marketing simply means the competition between the two rival firms. Okay, so how we can differentiate rival firms? Okay, so rival firms are the firms, they have similar offerings. That means they offer similar type of product, but on a um, different market, or on a different price level. Let's say Apple and Samsung. Okay, so both have their own customers. Okay, both have their own customers, both have their own pricing. So they are kind of a rival. Okay, we cannot say that they are rival of each other. Let's say let's take an example of Chat GPT. Okay, that OpenAI platform, and Google Gemini. So both of them are AI platforms. They are AI engine or AI search engine. So both are rivals. Okay. So competition in economics and business generally means that there is a competition between the two rivals or the two firms who are offering the similar kind of product at a similar rate or at a similar market, or there is a less differentiation between them. Okay. Now, type of competition. Okay, competition can be based on price. It can be based on the value of a product. It can vary according to location and geographies as well. So first, it says the competition is based on price. So that says price competition. So price competition includes firms compete by lowering prices to attract customers, of course. So there are two brands. Okay, two shoes brand. Okay, one is offering their pair of shoes at 5,000 rupees, and another brand offering the same shoes at 10,000 rupees per pair. Okay, so obviously we are going for the 5,000 pair shoes. Okay, because the prices are very low and affordable, and the brand are same. So they can compete by lowering prices to attract new customers. Common in markets for homogeneous products. Of course, if the products are similar, okay, in characteristics, in brand, in features, then this type of competition we can see in this market, which is called homogeneous market. In homogeneous market, there are two products. Okay, so both are shoes and both have similar features, similar quality, similar look, and similar prices. Benefits consumers in short run, but can reduce profit for firms. Okay, so it benefit firms in short run, but in long run it can reduce the profit. If we take an example of seasonal products, then seasonal products is the best example for this, because seasonal products have a short-run benefit, but in long term, they are not so profitable. Then there is a non-price competition. That means firms using factors other than prices. Okay, there are many factors like branding of a product, the quality of a product, the packaging, and after sales service of a product, the promotion and technology. So the important in differentiating product markets like smartphones and automobiles. So non-price competition are based on quality of a product. Okay, it is not based on price. And of course, if the quality of a product is good, okay, if there are two types of car, and the quality of car number A is good than quality of car number B, then obviously consumers who are quality conscious, who believe in good quality products, are obviously going for car A, no matter what the price they are quoting. Okay, so this is the non-price competition. The third one is forms of competition. So first is direct competition and indirect competition. So in direct competition, firms offering similar products or services to the same target customers. Example like Coca-Cola versus Pepsi, Airtel versus Jio. So the services are same and the target audience is also same, but prices are little bit different. And in indirect competition, there are firms offering substitute products that satisfy the same need, like coffee versus energy drink. Both satisfy refreshment or energy needs. So it has a border and harder to identify that direct competition. Okay. Now different types of markets. Okay. So in the chapter of competition, we are not only going to see the competition, but about the markets as well, because markets also impact the competition. Okay, if you are in a big city, if you have a shop in a big city, then competition is very high because there are many similar shop owners around you. But if you have a shop in a small town or in a village, then the chances of competition are very less. So competition is also defined by the markets. So first is commodity markets. Of course, there is a commodity market in the share market as well. But here, commodity markets means deals in raw materials or primary agriculture products. Products are standardized like wheat, cotton, crude oil, and gold, which is similar to the finance wala commodity market, because in that market also you are trading in these type of commodities which is related to agriculture. So price determined by global supply chain. Okay. So in commodity markets, generally prices are determined by global supply and demand. So if a farmer in US bought the price that, okay, I need to sell my yield at this uh, I want to sell my products or farm products or agriculture outputs at this amount of money in the near future date or will in future. Okay, so let's say if a farmer in US says that I want to sell my agricultural products in April 2026 of 2026, he is saying it in 2025. So he says that I want to sell my products in 2026 April month at a particular price. So in April 2026, he have to sell those products at that price. He can't change the prices according to market. So it is like a locking period. Okay. Once you have locked your prices or quotation, that will remain same until the maturity period arrives. So prices are determined by the global supply chain. Business markets like B2B. B2B stands for business to business transaction. It involves buying goods and services for production, resale, and operation. It includes machinery, industrial chemicals, and software solutions. Service market dealings with services like banking, insurance, consulting, tourism, and healthcare. Uh, there is a basis of how you will define the quality of service. So it is based on the experience of a customer. Okay, it can be based on trust. It can be based on customer experience, as I said earlier. Now, nature of competition, which we have already seen in economics. So there is a perfect competition in which there are many firms Homogeneous products means the products are similar in characteristic, no control over price, like agricultural products. So in agricultural products, generally you have to sell your agricultural output at an APMC, which is Agriculture Producer Marketing Corporation. Okay. So APMC is a corporation that procures the agricultural products from the farmers at a very less prices, I say, and then it sells to the uh, retailers or wholesalers at a little bit high prices. Okay, so there exists the perfect competition. Then there is a monopolistic competition in which there are many firms, differentiated products are there, some price controls like restaurants and clothing. So it is a monopolistic. So there are many restaurants, there are many clothing brands there in the market. Then oligopoly. Oligopoly means few large firms dominate high entry barriers. Okay. So in oligopoly, we can consider Jio, Airtel, and the telecom companies, which are fall into the category of oligopoly because there are large firms. Of course, Reliance Jio and Airtel are large telecom firms. There is a high entry barrier. So now, if somebody says that I want to launch my own internet service or I want to launch my own a geo type product, then he or she needs to think again because this market is very, you know, to enter into a telecom sector is very hard and not everyone can do this. It requires a lot of capital investment initially. And of course, you have to sustain in a very long run, you need a financial fuel continuous. So there are high entry barriers, interdependence on each other, and there is the last is monopoly in which only one seller exists. The product is unique, and there are high entry barriers, which is Indian Railways. So Indian Railways is the only monopoly in India. Okay, because if you see the aviation, then in aviation there are many private players like uh, um, Indigo there, Vistara is there, of course. Uh, there is Air Asia is there. So Jet Airways is closed, but it was a private firm. So in monopoly, there are only one seller. So in India, you don't have seen any private player of railway in the railway sector. Now, forces model of competition, which is Porter's five forces model, which we have seen already. If you have studied BBA or MBA, then you probably seen the Porter's five forces model. So first is threat of new entrants. Okay, so how easy it is for a new competitor to enter? So it is not at all easy. It is influenced by barriers like capital requirements, government regulation, and brand loyalty. So it is one of the factor in Porter's five forces model that is threat of new entrants. Then bargaining power of buyers, of course, customers' ability to influence price and quality of a product. And the bargaining power of buyers is high when few buyers control large purchases. Okay, so if there is a large number of retailers, then they can easily control the prices and quality of a product. And bargaining power of supplier reverse from the bargaining power of buyers. So if there are a large number of supplier, okay, so sorry, there are a few number of supplier, so they can dominate this service or resources like telecom sector because there are only 2 to 3 players in telecom sector. So if they mutually agree, then they can easily increase the prices of our internet services. Then threats of substitutes means availability of alternatives products that serve the same need. Okay, like train versus air travel. So these are the substitutes. Okay, so I have to decide whether I want to go by train or whether I want to go by air. Then industry rivalry, that means high intensity of competition among existing firms, high and many competitors, low differentiation and slow growth. Okay, so industry rivalry happens when there is a lot of competition in the market. There are similar kind of products in the market. No scope for differentiation is there and there is a slow growth. Okay, so this is the unit number 2, competitive marketing strategy. So this unit we will going to do tomorrow. we just revise our first unit, okay, which is an introduction to competition. Okay, so as we started today this subject of competitive marketing, we came across the definition of competition. That means competition in economic and business refers to the rivalry among firms to attract customers, increase sales, and achieve market dominance. There are many types of competition. First is price competition, which is based on the price. Then non-price competition, which is based on quality rather than price. Then forms of competition. So there is a direct competition between the similar products of different brands. And there is the indirect competition, which includes the substitute products or substitute brands. Okay. So different types of markets we have seen. So there is a commodity market which deals in agricultural commodity, which is we have seen this in share market and all. Then there is a business market which deals into business to business, which includes buying and selling of goods and services, resale and operations. And the service market, which offers services like banking, insurance, consulting, tourism, healthcare, and education. Then we have seen the nature of competition, which we have already seen in our economics. There is a perfect competition in which there are many firms, products are similar, and no control over prices or agricultural products. So, we have taken the example of agricultural product. Then monopolistic competition in which there are many firms, differentiated products are there, some price controls are there. So that includes restaurants and clothing brand. Then we have seen oligopoly in which few large firms dominate. High entry barriers are there. Interdependence is there. So we take an example of telecom sector of India. And in monopoly, there is one seller, unique product, and high entry barriers. So Indian Railway is the best example of monopoly. Then we have seen Porter's five forces model of competition in which threats of new entrants is there, bargaining power of buyers. You know, if there are few buyers, then they can control the purchase, and bargaining power of suppliers, which is reverse of that. If there is a few supplier, then they can uh, make the scarce of resources, then threat of substitution, industry rivalry. So with this, we are completing our unit number 1 of competitive marketing. Okay.